We see it happen everywhere, at any time.
78% of women have experienced sexual harassment in public spaces.
Like a suggestive comment,
A sexually explicit touch,
an inappropriate gesture,
or being followed. And it threatens our self-worth.
it takes over who we are.
We see it happen, but stay cautiously silent and uncomfortably look away.
maybe because we don't know what to do.
How to help.
Or how to combat the situation.
I said I'm fine, so don't bother me.
The time has come to keep our heads up and to stand up for each other against street harassment.
And everyone can be part of the solution.
Sorry, I'm gonna pay for it.
Excuse me. Is this yours?
Can you help me, please? I'm looking for this direction.
L'Oreal Paris and the nonprofit organization Hollaback have joined forces to teach men and women how to combat sexual harassment in public spaces with simple but impactful actions.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. Welcome to the TED Talk Show, everyone. My name is Amira Alisha and I will be your host for today's talk show. Let's give a big welcome to our panel today. We have four of them here today, which is Professor Aina, Laya Fiza, journalist Aisha, and Dr. Lisa.
Hello. My name is Nur Aina Valkis. I am doing quite well today, and thank you for inviting me for this talk. It really means so much to me.
Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Alfiza Kamalinas, and yes, I am doing quite well today too. I hope everyone is feeling well as well.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nur Aisha, and like the others, I am also well, and I hope everyone will have a great time today.
Morning, my name is Dr. Nur Alisa, and I'm glad to be here today. I hope everyone is doing well.
All right. Now that we have the introductions done, let us move on to this awareness topic, sexual harassment. Now, I know today's topic may be sensitive to the victim, but it is a topic that needs to be brought into the light. As our guest today, enlighten us with the knowledge on why we need to be aware of sexual harassment. Can I ask Dr. Aisa as our first speaker?
Thank you again, Amira. Hello, everyone. I am a psychiatrist. Firstly, why this topic must be brought to our awareness is because sexual harassment is pervasive. There is no industry or institution that is immune to it. It happens in companies, universities, or factory floors, and on movie sets, in restaurant kitchens, and congressional offices. And it hurts so many people. At its core, sexual harassment is about the unequal power relations between men and women at school, at work, and in society. In other words, gender inequality is both the cause of sexual harassment and the consequences of it.
So, Dr. Isa, it seems that by your words, sexual harassment can happen anywhere without our knowledge, and I would say that we might not even notice it happening around us if we can't even see the signs. Though I would like to ask Dr. Isa, you say that the core of sexual harassment is about the unequal power relations between men and women, no matter where we are. What do you mean truly?
So what this means is that we will never have fully equality. Women will never be fully equal to men as long as this behavior continues. So if equality is what we want, then we need to decide right now in this moment together to change things. Now, change begins with a very clear understanding of the problem to be solved. And in this case, the problem to be solved is why does sexual harassment keep happening? It's been illegal for decades. It's a form of sex discrimination, and the cost to companies and individuals is enormous.
I see. Thank you, Dr. Alisa, for your words. And following your words, I would like to ask Professor Aina to continue our discussion today with the following question. Why is sexual harassment so pervasive?
Thank you, Alicia. Good morning, everyone. I am a professor at Management and Science University. I study interests related to topics such as this to bring awareness to them. And thanks to Alicia for inviting me. Now to answer your questions. You see, I have studied, of course, on many studies on sexual harassment, but not many of us know about them, and this really concerns me because in order to create this kind of change that we need, we must understand this research, understand the root causes, and understand why some companies and some industries have more of a problem with it than others. And some of the research that I would like to share is that sexual harassment is more likely to occur in organizations with these three characteristics: male-dominated, super hierarchical, and forgiving for bad behavior.
Thank you, Professor Aina. And actually, to think that it can happen in this kind of environment is tough for women, especially since most organizations are actually male dominated. And I cannot imagine the feelings these women would feel if they knew their fellow colleagues thought of them in that manner. The fear they would have as they continue to work there would be unpleasant. Well, I'm even more truly glad that we are bringing this to everyone's attention now. Let's move on to our next speaker, Aisha. And actually, I would like to ask if you could maybe talk about why you think it happens in these three characteristics.
Thank you, Amira. Hello, everyone. I am a journalist. I write stories relating to this topic in hopes it will help shine light and bring justice to the victims. Now, for Amira's question, it's more common in male-dominated organizations because these environments often live so-called locker room culture characterized by aggressive and competitive behavior where sexualized talk and crude jokes undermine women and exclude them. In comparison to women, men can have a harder time recognizing when women are being treated in sexist or unfair ways. So, all of this sets the stages for sexual harassment because in this context, professionalism can give way to bro-like behavior or talk about what happened at the bar last night can mean that women are treated as sexualized pawns and not as valued work colleagues. And if men are less likely to label what other men are doing is inappropriate, this can make things worse.
I see. So it can make a lot of damage to women in just this sense to be treated like that. It's just an unbearable feeling for them. Thank you, Aisha. Now I would like to ask our final speaker, Alfiza, following Aisha's words. Why do you think it happened?
Amira, hello again. First of all, I am a lawyer. So to answer Amira's question, by using Professor Aina's research, this is also really about dominance. In hypermasculine settings, when women are rising up to the ranks when men can feel treated. In fact, the most common form of sexual harassment is not the socialization of sex. It's what called gender harassment. And this is when victims are demeaned by sexist comments, obscene gestures, offensive materials like pornography. And what's happening here is not about sexual desire. It's about communicating to women in subtle and not so subtle ways that they don't belong. Women who violate traditional feminine ideals by holding what's considered to be a man's job, or women who behave in more masculine ways by being assertive, aggressive, holding a supervisory role are more likely to experience this kind of harassment. It's in these instances when women are rising up in the world that harassment becomes a way to knock them down a peg. Harassment is also more likely in really hierarchical environments where there are large power differences between levels.
I see. Well, thank you, Afiza, and our dearest guest. And I think that is all the time we have left. So I think that what we can conclude is that social progress depends entirely on people noticing that something is wrong, deciding it's a problem, and coming to believe that they have a personal responsibility to change things for the better. You cannot be a passive bystander in all of this because our talent is allowing it to continue. And the change that we want will require all of us to take stand where we can and when we can. When powerful people abuse others, it's because they don't think that the rules actually apply to them. So we need to be the ones who take the power, their power away, and hold them accountable through our consumer power, through our voting power, through the stories we tell about being victims, by speaking truth to power, by believing each other, by being the bystander who intervenes. The power of us is powerful enough to create long-lasting change, and this is how we give voice to people who often have none. And by coming together and using our collective power to say, "Me too, time's up," and this stops here. So I would like to thank you everyone again for joining today's talk show. Thank you.